aquí está el doctor Frank Walliser, el responsable del programa 918 Spyder de Porsche.
Dr. Walliser, thank you very much for having us here now at the Circuit of the Americas. The last time I talked to you, we were at the Pebble Beach at the prototype lawn, and you were showing a car that at the prototype lawn, but it wasn't a prototype at the time. It was already a real car, right?
Yeah, it's right. It was one of our very first production cars, and now we have here the final car, what makes still a big difference, and shows the final setup of everything, final software stages, and
Yeah, a fantastic car. We are at the racetrack already. We haven't been in the car, but we've seen a few people going around, and you guys been here testing it already. So obviously you're the person in the world that knows most about this car. So give us your assessment, not only as the engineer, because obviously you're in charge of that for a reason, but like a sports enthusiast of cars. What do you can tell us about this car?
Well, maybe my personal experience now, just yesterday here on the track, and it's definitely I drove a lot with the car, and but it's every time it's a cool experience having that car here, making a track like in Austin in full electric mode, still extremely emotional, very, very special, so cool having the open car rolling purely electric here around, and then switching over to race mode, and you have really a high performance car that soaks your blood out of your feet if you're accelerating. What's a lot of fun in driving, easiness of driving, that's I think the most important thing of the car, and the performance figures just outstanding, unbelievable.
Yeah, can you tell us about those figures? There are a lot of impressive numbers from 918 Spyder.
I think some of the most important are, besides top speed of 240 miles per hour, is definitely acceleration. With the four-wheel drive, with these electric motors on board, the acceleration is fantastically. We're doing 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds and a quarter mile in less than 10 seconds. 9.9 seconds for a quarter mile, that's definitely a big step. And then, of course, what's I think the best number is the record on the Nürburgring, less than 7 minutes, 6:57. For the Nordschleife, what is a world record, never beaten. There's never been another car being so fast on this track. That makes us proud and shows the potential of the car.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the development of the car. It's a first super sports car with a plug-in hybrid system, 887 horsepower total system. And tell us a little bit about the development of that.
Well, the development for us, it was clear from day number one it will be a plug-in hybrid when we consider the next generation of a super sports car. Also, it was very clear that we will have two electric motors on board, one in the front axle, just for the potential of recuperation is in the front much higher than only in the back. And that we will have a big part of electric power in the car, so it's more than 280 horsepower, is purely electric. And then this high-revving V8 engine, very, very emotional engine, up to 9,150 RPM shifting speed, really, really great. And then we had a development time of a little bit more than 3 years, what is not a lot for such a car.
Yeah.
We had a wonderful development team. We worked night and day, 24/7, I have to say, to make the dream happen. But with the result, we are extremely happy. The car looks great. The quality is extraordinary, outstanding look, and we are more than happy with the performance of the car.
Yeah, I heard that actually this program was started as an extra activity for you guys. It wasn't an official program at the beginning, like on your spare time, quote unquote, if you have any of that.
In the beginning. Exactly, it was a very small group in the beginning, starting working on the program design-wise and preparing the show car and make a first technical idea and layout of the car that definitely survived, and it was really high quality. This decided within 2 months how the general layout of the car will be, and it's track-proofed. It's perfectly working. And this small group of 30 engineers really did a wonderful job up to the presentation of the show car in Geneva.
Yeah, and obviously, the engineering, the design, and all that. That's a lot of work. You were telling us last night that there's, for example, like 40,000 levels of electronics that have software that have to be confirmed, and to put it in perspective, like a regular car has like a 20 and a hybrid car like
15,000 is a regular car, 25,000 a hybrid car, 40,000 data labels only in the motor electronics.
Only
the motor electronics.
Wow.
It's not the rest. We're not talking about navigation and radio and media players and suspension system and so on. So complexity of the car is really high. Software plays an important role in a car like that, and we are living in a world with a new rule book for super sports cars. If we consider the propulsion with electric drives, and of course also the importance of software.
Yeah, and this car I was just seeing you like in the cockpit. It has like all the most advanced electronics, also like navigation, like almost a center console that almost operates like an iPhone. You can expand the graphics and touch it, and that's like another aspect of it, because the last supercar, the Carrera GT, didn't have any of that.
It had a radio.
That was it.
Why not?
Yeah.
Well, it was for us. It was also clear that if you're doing a car like that, we will really make a technology carrier in all aspects, not only drivetrain, not only fuel consumption, also in multimedia and showcasing how we think on the future of the operation of a car, simplifying the use of a car, really going away from too much switches and operation modes to make a simply using car, really cool. I don't like the word, but a cool device. It's a car, it's not a device.
Yeah.
But also to show things like that. And it's definitely not expected in a super sports car, but it's something you can do in a low volume segment and as a testing field for your engineers, and that worked all out.
Yeah. Speaking of the volume of cells, is 918 units.
918 units.
Yeah.
Worldwide, nearly sold out. Few are left, and well, the customers are more than happy. They're waiting now for the cars, so we have ramped up the production. What is ongoing at Zuffenhausen at the moment.
I've been hearing a phrase here repeatedly, like the future of sports cars with this particular car, and like as you were saying, electric power in the cars is like it's going to be necessary not only for supercars but everywhere. So this is like a huge advancement for
Yeah, for sure. It's for Porsche. It was very important that we showcase that the technology works, not only in a sedan, also in a sports car. And of course, we have now a big advantage in the knowledge of how to develop a plug-in hybrid sports car, super sports car. As we just did it, we have 2 cars in the market. We can offer it. We know a lot on the technology, and so we are ready to make the next generation.
Yeah, and that technology is already trickled down to other models like the Panamera S hybrid.
Exactly. The Panamera SE hybrid already shares some components of the 918 Spyder, and it will come down to other cars for sure. That's one of the main purposes if you're doing a project like this, is that other cars benefit from the technology, from the know-how of the engineers.
Yeah. And what do you tell to people who are traditionalists and like want to see just 911s with a gas engine, and like they don't believe maybe that this electric technology and powertrains can really work in that kind of car?
I think nobody trusted us in the beginning in saying an electric motor is a good idea in a super sports car. It's too heavy, and does it really help, and we do not need it. After they had a test ride with the car, opinions totally changed. Most important thing is you cannot describe it. You have to ride the car, you have to drive it, you have to feel it, and then you're normally totally convinced. I've never seen somebody who got out of the car and said, I don't need electric motors. Most of them said, I need more electric motors.
Exactly. Where were there before?
So it will take a time to not to convince people, just to give them a chance to ride a car like this. Second thing is, of course, we are mainly driven by rules and homologations and by governments bringing down the limits for greenhouse gas emissions, and we have to fulfill it, and we want to fulfill it. We have technical answers for that. We showcased with the 918 that performance and driving pleasure is possible with a very, very good fuel consumption, and this is possible in one car.
Yeah.
And this is definitely our task for the future, is bringing down greenhouse gas emissions.
And the 918 has an amazing figure for that, right? For MPG?
Its MPG is 67 miles per gallon on pure electric, and 22 on the combustion engine only. What is unbelievable.
I know.
If you consider 10 years ago, it was even...
And the person saying unbelievable is the person who developed the thing. So just like for regular people like us, it's just like even more.
Yeah.
And one last thing, Porsche has been in that trend of convincing or like demonstrating to people what things can be done. Most people didn't like the Cayenne at the beginning. Some people didn't like the Panamera, but like I think they're like huge successes now.
At the end of the day, the market decides and the customer decides. And if you look at the sales of Panamera SE Hybrid, it's the first car in the market with featuring that technology. We're very, very happy with the market share of the car. If you're looking at Cayenne, that's one of the biggest success stories in the automotive industry. And still the sports cars are very strong. They are the heart of our brand. Success is, at the end of the day, it counts what the market decides, and the market says we are doing the things right.
Yeah, you can argue against success. Yeah. And you have another one big coming, like with the Macan.
The Macan will come, and I think, the market will decide. And I have an
already
idea.
Decided. I
have an idea how it will work, and that the customers will be totally happy with that car. It's a wonderful car. It's driving really like a sports car. And design is unbelievable nice car. So it will be successful.
Dr. Frank Walliser, head of the 918 Spyder Porsche project. Thank you very much for your time, for sharing your knowledge and being here with us. And we're going to go out and enjoy the car here in the track.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ya regresamos aquí en Auto 060 en Cristina Radio Network para seguir hablando del Porsche 918 Spyder desde el circuito de las Américas en Austin, Texas.
Este programa fue una producción de National Latino Broadcasting.